Hi everybody, I'm Antoni Porowski and I'm here with Better Than Bouillon and I'm gonna answer some of your questions. Okay, let's start. FMK, butter, bacon, chocolate. What is I'm kidding, I know what they mean. Okay, so I'm gonna go by process of elimination. I know that all three of these ingredients are very popular and beloved. Bacon is awesome, but when it's undercooked, and you just have like the chewy fat, it can be very unpleasant. But like butter, there's no form of butter that is not good. And same for chocolate. Chocolate can be used in savory dishes, but butter is more universal and it's also funner to say. Butter, you know? So I'm gonna kill bacon. I'm gonna F chocolate, and then I'm gonna marry butter. Julia Child would be proud. What's your version of marry me chicken? What's marry me chicken mean? If I were to choose my favorite chicken right now, first of all, chicken a la Kiev, I feel like it needs to make a comeback. So it's basically a chicken breast. There's a slit cut through, it's rolled up, and then you put in garlic butter inside and then you fry it. But what if you did the roasted garlic Better Than Bouillon and about a stick of butter and a shocking amount of parsley and then just add even some more fresh garlic in there and then wrap it up and cut it. It's juicy and so it's crispy, but the breading absorbs a lot of that incredible butter that just kind of squirts out. You just have to be careful because the butter can literally shoot out if you don't cut it properly. I bet there's a TikTok about that. That would be my marry me chicken. Next question, I'm really hungry now. What is your most controversial food opinion? I don't know if it's controversial, but Americans overcook pork. Pork should be pink. It should be pink with even a tiny little bit of like almost like red. Not like danger zone, but like don't be afraid of pink pork if you're getting it from like a good butcher. What's your favorite way to use Better Than Bouillon? So it was the way that I had it as a kid, which was on like a piece of baguette or ciabatta and you mix it with butter and then you smear it on. It was a classic garlic one. You can literally use any flavor that you want, but the roasted garlic one is my favorite. Or the roasted chicken is incredible as well. And then Gruyere, and you do like a gratin situation. But since I've discovered having it mixed with butter over popcorn, it is truly a game changer because you feel like you're having a meal, but it's actually a snack. But you have all of the flavors that are reminiscent of like a nostalgic, like family style meal situation. Popcorn all the way. And again, the chipotle would be really good as well. Sofrito would be pretty good too. But now I'm curious because I was just introduced to the chili version. So I want to start incorporating it to my chili because it's starting to get cold. I don't know when this will air, but it is summer in New York. If you could cook for anyone in the world, who would it be and why? If I could cook for anybody in the world, what's the TikTok trend where they pretend to be AIs? It's 3 letters.
NPC.
An NPC?
Yeah.
So I would want to find whoever the most famous NPC person is, and I want to find out how much money they make and how they go on for hours doing what they do, because I think it's incredibly fascinating. And I would make a tasting menu using all Better Than Bouillon products, naturally. What is your secret ingredient in the kitchen? Better Than Bouillon, of course. What is your favorite place you've traveled to? It would have been a different answer a couple of months ago, but I was in Korea, and this is a little slightly TMI, but I was in Bali before, and I got really bad Bali belly. But I think, like, you know how some people, like, as a result of COVID, they become like super tasters or they become very sensitive to something. I've always been sensitive to heat, but something about Bali belly completely desensitized me to spice. So I've been eating like the most shocking amount of kimchi. And Korea, what's the term they have? I know this. It's a term they have for all of the little different like side. Panchan. Thank you. Wow. Oh, okay. Well, still impressive though. All of the interesting things that you can put onto like a meal, like a bowl of perfectly sweet sticky rice with these dried little crispy anchovies and a little bit of kimchi on top. That's all you need in life. So I would say Korea. And it's such a beautiful country. And they have incredible snacks at gas stations. What's your favorite Better Than Bouillon flavor? Okay, it's toss up. It's between the roasted garlic and the roasted chicken. The roasted chicken literally smells and tastes like roasted chicken. I actually tried tossing it with carrots, which was fantastic. Literally just one ingredient. And then I just garnish it with like some celery leaves or some like nice fresh parsley at the end. That's really all that you need. And the roasted garlic is really nice too, because I feel like roasted garlic is the equivalent of, you know that scene in Clueless when she was saying how like you should always have cookies baking in the oven when somebody comes over because then it like smells like home? Roasted garlic is my version of that, and it's so good it goes on everything. What meal is always in your weekly rotation? I like to go healthy, so I love a good chicken larb. Actually, The Culinary Collection Sofrito blend from Better Than Bouillon with the turkey. I think, wait, that's actually genius because I always use chicken stock and then I end up wasting half of it and it smells bad after a few weeks and then you have to throw it out and waste it. So just a spoon of that would go a really long way. Anyway, chicken larb, very delicious, so easy to make. And it's like nice and lean for Monday when you want to like start the week off right. What's the weirdest rumor you've ever heard about yourself? Oh, this happened to me 3 months ago. I was in an airport and a grown adult was surprised because they didn't see the rest of the Fab Five around me. And they were actually convinced that we live in the same house, which is like mind-boggling to me. Just for the record, we do not live in the same house. What's your one piece of advice for those new to cooking? It's still the same. Just be fearless in making mistakes. You're gonna screw things up. You're gonna mess it up and it's totally fine. When you make a mistake once, you probably are a lot less likely to repeat that same mistake again. And it's like you're cooking. You're not saving lives. You're just trying to like nourish yourself and your loved ones, hopefully. So just like be gentle with yourself. Or take an ingredient that you're like familiar with, that you like, and learn different ways how to prepare that ingredient. So if like you're used to having like carrot salad from the deli, learn how to roast carrots, learn how to puree them. You can make a really nice, beautiful carrot butter situation if you want. You can also do, back to TikTok, there are these incredible carrot sticks that I want to try that have a shocking amount of Parmesan and they're like really crispy and you can serve them with like a chimichurri or like a different type of like ranch dip type situation. I really want to try those because the sweetness from the carrots with like the sharpness and the saltiness from, you know what, you can actually probably toss in, I'm not even kidding, I know the brand is sitting all around me here, but you can really toss in like some Better Than Bouillon. Like the chili one would be really good. Sofrito would be really good. Again, I'm going to bring up the roasted garlic. Even the roasted chicken one would be really good. I bet they would all be really good. So I encourage you to try it. And then they'll be a little less dry. What's your favorite Taylor Swift era? That's not a fair question. Midnight's really speaks to me. There are some bangers in there. Mastermind, really listen and pay attention to that song. Also, it's been really fun. On TikTok, you can literally watch the opening of her concert in every single city. I love going to shows and it's one of the only things that I can do on my own. Going to that concert twice, literally, it actually changed my life. The way some like friends of mine who are religious like describe what it's like going to church, that's how I felt going to that concert. It was just so wild. But I would say like Midnights, and then favorite song, Great War is a really beautiful one. Oh man, Cornelia Street's incredible. Lover is obviously really good. Go on YouTube and watch her SNL performance of Lover when she's playing on the piano and everything is green. It's like, it's incredible. What is your favorite guilty pleasure comfort meal? Pork, soup dumplings, a little bit of ponzu on the side, and then you make a tiny incision with your tooth, and then you pour the ponzu into the dumpling to make it even more full so that it's salty with like the nice like citrusy notes of ponzu. And then a mozzarella stick from John and Vinny's, because they're really crunchy and the mozzarella just pulls beautifully and their marinara is really nice and spicy. And then recently I rediscovered Ruby Rosa Pizza and they have their version of like tomato sauce with vodka sauce and a pesto drizzle. Fantastic. I had their meatballs last night and they were very good. And then I would have like a good Caesar salad with like a nice sort of like heavy on the anchovy vinaigrette with whole anchovy fillets just to get like that salt in. And then, yeah, I think that's it. I think that's a good amount. What are you binge watching right now? I rediscovered The Sopranos. So good, so good. NYC Street Meat, yes or no? No. What are 5 things that are always in your fridge? Better Than Bouillon, roasted garlic, pistachio milk, a shocking amount of lemons, and a lot of cans of nitro cold brew. And I really recently discovered this really fancy Italian ketchup that I got from Italy that's really good that I put on my eggs. What's your late night room service order? Chicken tenders, honey mustard, ketchup, and then if there's a sticky toffee pudding, and a chamomile tea at the end, and a hot water with lemon to help with digestion. What's a meal dining experience you're still not over? I had dumplings in Seoul and they actually changed my life. They were just so perfect and delicate. And they actually had kimchi on the side and that was right after my Bali belly when I tried kimchi and I was like, I just discovered this thing that I absolutely love and they had fermented anchovies in them and that was like game changer for me. Okay, last question. What's your worst red carpet look? My stylist Chloe would love this. At the time, like I was into it, but she always encourages me to like wear things that I'm gonna be like, look back 10 years from now and like still be proud of. It was a year where like all of us decided to go extra wacky. It was like near the beginning of Queer Eye. We were really feeling ourselves. Karama looked like he was someone out of Harry Potter. Tan was wearing something wacky, so was Bobby and JVN. And I was dressed as like a literal matador. And it was like the tightest clothing ever and I couldn't eat anything and I had one of those like cummerbund situations. I couldn't breathe. And I wore a heel. And they had like metal like sheets over them, and it made like noise wherever I walked. I couldn't sneak up on anybody. Woo, we went through a lot. I'm sorry I mentioned TikTok so much, but it's like very authentic to like what I'm experiencing right now.